Alright guys, welcome back to another Fortnite build. Today we're building the Red Square House from Pleasant Park. This is located in OG Pleasant Park between the Brick House and the Dog House. It is dead opposite of the picnic table area, so basically the central lane of Pleasant Park in the back. It has a forward-facing brick exterior, and then of course a white exterior on every other side. It's one of those rare houses where they decided to make one side brick, but then the rest they're like, let's just make it plain white. So of course the dimensions for this red square house are like so. Since it is a square house, its length and width are the same at 9 blocks. And then there is the height of 13 blocks. So you need a 13 block height limit, and of course length and width are the same at 9. So before we begin, we look at our exterior. Of course, since it's a Fortnite build, it is a segmented build of a 2x2 grid pattern. Of course, the front of the 2x2 is 2 up, 2 across, and brick for the forward-facing exterior. And then, of course, on every other side is 2x2, 2 up, 2 across, but it is in white pale oak, stripped pale oak wood. You can use white concrete if you don't find a pale oak forest. You were doing this in survival. However, if you're doing this in creative mode, stripped pale oak wood looks the best in my opinion. And then once you're done finishing that entire exterior grid, you can move up to the roof, where you can make the roof outline, of course, of pale oak like so, and then top it with polished andesite stairs and polished andesite slab on top to make the outline for the roof. Alright, so now let's begin with actually finishing out the exterior. So of course we're going to make our doorway here. And then we are going to make a outward facing window. So of course we're going to need to do this. We're going to have to make a stone thick here because we're going to do this. And then we are going to do this. And it's going to make an outward facing window like so. And then we are going to be making an andesite roof for the outward facing window. Of course we're going to put a door here because there's a door. And then we are going to make this stripped pale. And then we're going to make a double window like so. Double window. There's another exit door in the back like so. Then there's a wall, because this is where the staircase would be. Staircase. Alright, so now we're going to get into the actual inside. So the stairs are in this corner right here. So you want to mog this off here. And then you want to make a little archway to the stairs. So you can still walk to the stairs, but it's not a 3-block tall archway. Alright, so now that is basically the floor. Let's day this. Let's put the floor up, but remember the stairs are right here, so you want to keep this open for the stairway up from the first floor to the second. And now we're into the second floor. So of course this back wall does not have any windows. And this right here does not have windows, but this does. This has a double window right here. This has a double window right here. And this has a double window right here. So double window, and then this side has all double windows. So double window. Alright, let's just make sure I'm doing this right. Yep. And then for every window, there will be a lip on the front. Actually, I think this looks better. There's the lip. And then every window has glass. Double window. Boom. And then boom. Double window. Boom and boom. And then when we get into here, there's a room like so. Separate room. And then of course the attic is up here. And there's 2 chests in this house, one on the first floor, one on the second floor, and then there's 1 ammo box on the second floor. Like so. And then once you're done with that, you can finish the roof. There's the roof, and the house exterior is complete, but we still have one more thing to build inside the house, and then we can add our chairs. So let's make this archway right here, and then let's make our staircase like so. And there's your stairs like so. I'm actually trying to see whether I did this incorrectly or not. I don't think I did. The chest is in there. So chest, torch, and then choke for the ammo boxes. Chest that glows in the dark because there's no glow in the dark chest yet in Minecraft. Chest up there, chest down there, shulker box in the bedroom. Finally, what you're going to do is you're going to close this off so it's just a wall so you don't see any oak anywhere but the floor. And yeah, that is the red house. Of course, it's one of the few houses that doesn't take that long to build because of course it's just a square, doesn't really have much to do other than just the square side. But there you go. There's the brick exterior, then there's the side with all the windows. The back wall has nothing. This side wall only has a double window up top on the second floor. And then of course we have the attic and the roof right here. So of course that is going to be the end of this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you don't, subscribe if you like the video, comment down below your thoughts on the build and other builds you'd like to see later. As you can see, I have the other Pleasant Park prefabs up and ready to go for the next couple of videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Toodaloo!